I used to think waiting was the smart move, and I may have been waiting on more confidence, feeling like I've got to take the next class or the next course, or I've got to get better, or I'm just not quite there yet. And I think so many people do that as well. And for me, when I started You Are Strong, it was back in 2012. And I, at that time, was a full time medical device sales manager. I was covering multiple states. I had, at the time, two of our kids were in sports, so we were busy with travel, and life was full. I say that because I think that is one reason why a lot of us wait. Life can be very full. It's always going to be full. It is never just going to open up and say, okay, now we're ready. And so I think there's a lot of people who also have that tap that I felt, or that knowing that I was supposed to do something different, that you have something on your heart, on your mind that won't go away. And again, to me, it's that tap. It is that internal guidance. It was God guided. I knew that I was supposed to do something. And for me, it was around this mindset business. It was around high performance and coaching and training. But really, I had no idea what it was going to look like or what it was supposed to look like. And what happened is in hiring that coach, it was to hold me accountable to just move. And I knew that I needed that because life was full. And again, I think a lot of people out there, you most likely, you have had something, and it could be big or small. It doesn't have to be a career change, but I think so many people know that they are supposed to take action, that they're supposed to move on something, and we let our minds get in the way. We let the how get in the way. We let fear get in the way, the unknowns, what if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not ready? What if I make a fool of myself? All of those human things run through all of our heads, but that is what holds us back. And so I just want to challenge you to really think about your life, what you know that you are supposed to take action on. And here's the thing, we spend time trying to figure out the how. We spend time in the waiting, but you actually can't figure out how to do something until you start taking action, until you start moving. And when all you've got to do is know what your next step is, take that step. And once you take that step, then you've got the ability to see what the next step is. And I also think that so many people want to have the whole plan. It's like, well, what is your vision and what do you want this to look like? And it's like, yeah, I've got a big vision, and I teach, vision and goals and all of those things. But I think if you know exactly where you're headed, you possibly could be on someone else's path or just following right in someone else's footsteps. Whereas for me, it's kind of a wide open space, and it could be that for you too. And so it's hard to sometimes wrap your head around what are you supposed to do with something when you don't have that whole picture. And I think it's trust, and I think it's a knowing, and I think it comes from within us. And so I want to encourage you to really listen within to what is that for you. And again, big or small, doesn't have to be a career change, but I am just wanting to encourage you to quit sitting on it. Take the action. At one point, my late husband asked me, what are you waiting for? And I think that is a fair question for each and every one of us, because each of us has a gift. We are unique. We have a talent, and it is our job. It is your job to maximize those God-given gifts that have been given to just you. And so, but in order to do that, you've got to take the risk. You've got to take the action. You've got to step out. You've got to be willing to just be fully you. And so that is how I'm going to end this, is just by asking you, what are you waiting for? So dive in, feel the fear, and do it anyway.